inshallah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. كيف حالكم? Somebody put the YouTube link in the chat. One of the brothers is asking. We should be live. So if you just put the link in there, inshallah, they can jump on right as we're getting started. So I wanted to quickly mention you guys. Again, I feel like I mention this, every week, but it's just a reminder, for yourselves and for myself, to do your best, do everything that you can to, to review, to go over the lessons, to go over anything that you struggled with. Message me about anything that you struggled with, anything that was difficult. Don't be shy to ask, right? Because this is what will keep you back, right? It will keep you from moving forward. So do your best to review daily, especially for learning to speak. Okay, you will understand. In a few months, inshallah, it will be tremendous for your learning process. It will be tremendous for you guys in your ability to speak and your ability to understand. Review as much as possible. Go back as much as possible. Review the lessons, watch the videos, and just repeat along with what we're saying, and understand. What we're translating and what's being said. If you can't read, okay, it will be huge. It will be tremendous, and you will see the benefit of it, inshallah. Okay, and I mention this because the scholars mention that there's basically 3 periods of time. Okay, the past is already done. We can't go back. We can't undo anything. We can't redo anything. Right? It's done. The past is gone. Okay. And you have the future, which is not promised. None of us are promised tomorrow. We're not promised the next hour. We're not promised leaving the masjid and anything after that. It's in the hands of Allah, right? So what we have is this moment, okay? So what we have is this moment. What we have is now. What we have is to take advantage of the time that we have now, right? Essentially, learning the Arabic, learning to speak it, learning to understand it, means getting closer to understanding the Qur'an, right? And understanding the words that Allah left for us, so understanding the speech of Allah, right? So we have, I know we all have busy schedules, we all have things going on. Do your best to, to make this a priority, inshallah. It will benefit you in the future. And if you really look at, other stuff that you may have going on, this is truly more important. So everything good that you have in your life, every ni'mah you have is from Allah, right? And so this is not for me. It's not for the masjid. This is for you and getting closer to Allah, inshallah. Okay. So I believe we left off here. So I said we mentioned that we will finish the second half of this page when we returned, and here we are. التدريب الرابع, right? Up here, التدريب الرابع, the fourth exercise. حاول كما في مثال. حاول كما في مثال. So we are going to we'll do this together, inshallah, right? So the first person says هذا والدي عدنان, right? So this one to the left here, this is our example. They're taking from this one here. So Walid and Adnan. So the father, his name is Adnan. هذا والدي عدنان. Everybody repeat. هذا والدي عدنان. So he says, this is my father, Adnan. Now,
If the sentence may continue, would it be Adnan?
yes, yes. If you were going to say so, right? So, um,
there's a lot of times like I'll read something and
yeah, yeah. You would continue, right? هذا والدي عدنان. عدنان you know, maybe you would name his mihna, his profession, his, if the if it yeah, right. So it would go on. What we're doing here in this exercise, right? We're learning how to use the damir, the pronouns. Okay, so damir is the Arabic. A lot of times in the lessons and in other stuff that I've watched, people they give the English translation of like stuff that they want to explain grammatically. Honestly, the Arabic explanation is the best explanation, right? Sometimes the grammatical terms that they have is just very uh, it's very technical sounding in English versus just knowing it and understanding it in Arabic, right? So the damir is the pronoun, right? So here, in this case, in the first line, he says, "Hada walidi Adnan." This walidi, right? So the walid here is the word, but here we're making it possessive. Walidi, my father, right? So this is a pronoun, right? This is making you saying my father, right? Adnan. His name is Smuhu Adnan. His name is Adnan. Here we are saying Hada waliduhu Adnan. So now the top line we said my father. Here we're saying his father. Okay? Makes sense, guys? هذا والده Adnan. So here, this whole exercise is going through mine and his, mine and his, mine and his. Okay? So uh, the next one here. So everyone repeat after me. هذا والده Adnan. Right? هذا والده Adnan. Good. So his father, or this is his father, Adnan. Hada, this, waliduhu, his father, Adnan. Okay, so here, so walidati, what is walidat? This is the mother, right? So here again, we have to match the pronoun. Okay, so what will we say for the feminine? Here, what will we use? هذه, right? Because this is feminine, right? So we're gonna say هذه والدتي عدنان خديجة, right? هذه والدتي Khadija, right? So this is my mother, Khadija, right? And then we're gonna say هذه والدته هذه والدته Khadija, right? So this is his mother, Khadija, right? So we said my mother and we said his mother, okay? Again, so now we're هذا هذا, good. هذا ibni, right? So they give us the word, right? We want to make it possessive. هذا ابني علي, Ali, right? هذا ابني Ali, right? What? In the in the book. Okay, sorry guys. So, okay, so if you're watching on the YouTube and you're following along in the book, it's Badr. Okay, let me follow along with the book. All right. So هذا ابني Badr. Okay. So the second line. Okay, everyone repeat. هذا 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 ابنه هذا ابنه Badr. This is his son, Badr. Okay? And up here now, this is the same as the book. هذه أختي هذه أختي سلمى. Salma, right? This is my sister, Salma. Okay? Now we're going to say هذه أخته. This is his sister, Salma. Okay? We're going to stay feminine here with the هذه, so we're going to say هذه عمتي, my aunt, right? عائشة, right? هذه عمتي عائشة, right? This is my aunt Aisha. Okay, now we're going to say هذه عمته, right? His aunt Aisha. Okay, and here we're going back to the masculine, so هذا عمي, this is my uncle Uthman, okay? And then we're going to say هذا عمه, this is his uncle Uthman, okay? هذا صديقي أحمد, this is my friend Ahmed. وهذا صديقه, this is his friend Ahmed, okay? So this is very, very useful to learn, to say mine, yours, both yours masculine, yours feminine, his, hers, right? These are very, very useful in the speech, right? So inshallah we will touch on to also more damir. Let's see, this is lesson 14. Let's see if they have an audio for that. Just a minute.
التدريب الرابع. حول كما في المثال. المثال: هذا والدي عدنان.
هذا والده عدنان.
التدريب: هذه والدتي خديجة.
هذه والدته خديجة.
هذا ابني بدر.
هذا ابنه بدر.
هذه أختي سلمى.
هذه أخته سلمى.
هذه عمتي عائشة.
هذه عمتي عائشة.
هذه عمته عائشة.
هذا عمي عثمان.
عمي عثمان.
هذا عمه عثمان.
عمه.
هذا صديقي أحمد.
صديقي أحمد.
هذا صديقه أحمد.
هذا صديقه أحمد. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'd like to put the audio in here so that if you guys go back and you watch the lesson, you guys can hear the actual audio, repeat along with the audio, and inshallah understand what's being said, and you will benefit from it, inshallah. Okay? This is the ملخص التدريب تراكيب. So here, this is just now a practice of basically saying in different combination different things from the chapter. Okay. okay? Different things from the chapter, and this is going to be helpful, okay? So everybody repeat after me. عين المعطف. Right? ما معنى المعطف? What's the معطف? The coat. Good job. عين النظارة. ما معنى النظارة? What's the نظارة? The glasses. Good. عين السعيد. Right? Sa'id is a person. And عين سعيدة. Right? So if you can look, both objects, there's a masculine object and a feminine object, a male person and a female person. This doesn't change whether it's masculine or feminine. It's aina, right? So, okay, so this is واحد, اثنين. So, من هذا, everybody, من هذا, من هذه, right? So, من هذا is what is this? Or who is this? Sorry, talking about a male, right? من هذه, who is this? Speaking about a female. من أنت, right? So you're asking somebody, من أنت, who are you? Right? And that's for a male. And you're asking the female now, من أنت, من أنت, من هو, who is he? Right? من هي, who is she? Okay? And والجواب, so here's the su'al, the question. والجواب, this is the response. هو, or this is not the response, sorry. This is a description or giving information, right? هو يتوضأ. هو يتوضأ. ما معنى يتوضأ? He is making wudu, right? So هو, he, يتوضأ, he makes wudu. So this is not past tense. This is the mudari', the present future, right? So هو يصلي. هو يصلي. He's praying, right? هو يقرأ. He is reading. Now we have هي. Again, careful how it changes for masculine and feminine. When we have masculine, the dhamir is ya for the fi'l, for the action. Okay. For the female, it's hiya tatawadda'u. What's that? She's making wudu. She makes wudu. She's making wudu. Present tense. Yeah, hiya tusalli, right? So she's praying, right? Hiya taqra'u. Hiya taqra'u. She is reading. Good. Okay. So you guys see, for the female, you will say tatawadda. For the male, yatawadda. Tatawadda, yatawadda. Okay. This is very important to not make that mistake. Yatawadda'u, tatawadda'u, right? So we're gonna go through the qa'idah with you, inshallah. But this da right here, this letter, it has what's called a shadda, right? So it's like a double pronunciation of the letter. It's not foreign to you, okay? It's not foreign. Okay, we have this in English, right? Every word that has a double letter, pretty. This is what we call like a double sound, right? Funny, right? Like any word that's got a double letter, letter, right? There's two T's, right? So this is what the shadda is in Arabic. It's basically a double emphasis of the letters. So yatawadda'u and tatawadda'u, right?
Like that's the
So you could literally, just for the purpose of learning and understanding the concept of shadda, break it into two. So yatawadda'u, tatawadda'u, right? But it's basically yatawadda'u, tatawad, right? So you're landing, the first part is landing on the letter, and then the second part is coming off of the letter with its appropriate vowel, right? Inshallah, Clay, when we help you get through the qa'idah of reading, it will make more sense, inshallah. Okay. So arba'a. So number 4. Arba'a is 4. Sa'idun fil masjidi. Everybody, Sa'idun fil masjidi. Okay. Sa'idun fi musalla. في مصلي sorry في مصلي سعيد في الغرفة سعيد في الغرفة right so Sa'id is in the masjid Sa'id is in the musalla Sa'id is in the ghurfa the room سعيد في الحمام right what's the hammam bathroom good so here's the male name Sa'id now we have Sa'ida سعيدة في المسجد سعيدة في المسجد okay سعيدة في مصلي مصلى that's مصلى it is مصلى right so this is it's understood grammatically this word is in the state of jar but because of its construction we say musalla right we wouldn't say musalli right سعيدة في الغرفة سعيدة في الغرفة سعيدة في الحمام so here the huwa we're describing something we're describing what they're doing we're talking about we're giving information about what they're doing here fi is what we call it's called a harf or a particle fi means in okay fi is a word that repeats over 1,000 times in the Quran right so just understanding that this means in right so now we know Sa'id is in the masjid, the musalla, the ghurfa, the hammam. Sa'ida, she's in the masjid, the musalla, and the ghurfa, and the hammam, right?
So the difference from male and female here is fi and fil, or
no? So when you say it by yourself, you say fi, right? But when we connect it all as a sentence, right? This is huruf al-shamsiyah. I mean qamariya right here, right? So lam in the letters of Qamariya is always pronounced. So we will say Sa'idun fil masjidi, right?
Also, just because those words have the
right
alif lam.
the alif lam. That's all it is, right? And these are moon letters. So when it's a moon letter, the lam is always pronounced, right? So fil musalla.
So it's like tajweed.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's exactly like that, right? So there's many principles that in terms of reading and speaking, they overlap with the qaida of reciting Quran, right?
What is alif lam?
Alif lam is just two letters at the beginning of the word, and it basically means the. In English, we have a separate word, the masjid, right? In Arabic, it becomes the particle the or al becomes a part of the word, okay? And whereas in English it's separate.
So when you say al-Quran, you see it means the
right? So like all these.
The surah of Al-Baqarah is like alif lam.
No. So these letters, and it mentions in the what is it like the subnote or whatever they call the footnote, right? These the meaning of these letters, the knowledge of these letters is only with Allah, right? We don't know.
There's differences like there's Yasin and Tasin.
We can speculate, but we weren't given the knowledge. Right. It's something that only Allah knows. But if you look here on these words right here, right? So the word here by itself, masjid, right? But when we put the alif lam, al-masjid, right, means the masjid. Okay? So this is the difference between when we put alif and lam, it means that we made it known. We call it ma'ruf, right? So masjid by itself, which masjid? Okay, we just say a masjid, masjidun, right? We don't know which masjid. But when we say al masjid or the masjid, now we're speaking specifically about a particular masjid.
Is it masjidun or masjidun?
By itself, it's masjidun, right? If we said we could say sa'idun fil masjidi, masjidin, fi masjidin, but it's vague, right? You're saying he's in a masjid.
Yeah.
We don't know which one. But when we say Sa'id fil masjidi, we're saying he's in the masjid. So whoever's speaking about that, it should be known amongst them which masjid they're talking. They're talking about a specific masjid, right? So they call this ma'ruf, right? It's known, right? Um, it's not general anymore. The word by itself, masjid, is general, right? The word musalla by itself is general. We don't know. Ghurfa, a room, is general, right? But when we put alif lam, when we put al at the beginning of all these words, we make it known. We're talking now about something specific. The masjid, the musalla, the room, the ghurfa, the bathroom, right? It's the difference between saying a bathroom and the bathroom. A bathroom, which bathroom? We don't know, right? A room, which room, right? But when we say the room, we're talking about a specific room. When we say the bathroom, we're talking about something specific, right? Khamsa, number 5, khamsa. So here, هذا هو معطف. Here is the jacket, the coat. هذا هو المسجد. Here is the masjid. هذا هو المصلى. هذا هو المصلى. This is the musalla. This is the prayer area, right? هذه هي النظارة. Here are your glasses, right? هذه هي المهندسة. Right? So here is the woman engineer, right? هذه هي الطبيبة. Here is the female teacher. Okay? Now,
This isn't huruf al-jar. What?
no. No. The huruf jar, like fi, would cause jar. This is why these all come masjidi, urfati, hamami, right? This is just where this is a complete sentence, but there's no harf causing kasra here. Okay, so as you see it written is how you would pronounce it. هذا هو المقطف. هذا هو المسجد. هذا هو المصلى. هذه هي نظارة. هذه هي مهندسة. هذه هي طبيبة. Right?
Is it here or here?
So here, the first one is shamsiyah. So هذه هي النظارة. And then هذه هي المهندسة. So هي المهندسة. And then again we have shamsiyah. هي الطبيبة. هي الطبيبة. Right? So when we have shamsiyah, lam is always skipped. Okay? When we have qamariyah, lam is always pronounced. Okay? ستة, number 6. هذا والدي عمار. هذا والدي عمار. Right? So هذا والده عمار. هذا جدي عمار. Everybody, هذا جده عمار. هذا عمي عمار. هذا عمه عمار. Right? So this is my father, this is his father, this is my grandfather, this is his grandfather, this is my uncle, this is his uncle. Right? هذه والدتي آمنة. هذه والدته آمنة. هذه جدتي آمنة. هذه جدته آمنة. هذه عمتي آمنة. هذه عمته آمنة. Okay, so this is my mother, this is his mother, this is my grandmother, this is his grandmother, this is my aunts, this is his aunts. Right? What's that?
Is it his or her? Is it because who is his?
Who is his? Who is his, right?
But it won't change like feminine, the who is like third person.
The who is the person that is not present. Yes, right.
So it would be
Jaddatuhu.
no, for like if you were saying hers instead of his.
Jaddatuha. Yeah. Jaddatuha. Jaddatuha. Okay.
Yeah.
So walidatuha, her mother, right? Jaddatuha wa ammatuha, right? So uh, her mother, her grandmother, and her aunt, right? Um, and they haven't. So for here, they're just giving us the male, the masculine for some reason. Okay, but trust me, you guys are gonna get plenty of both in the future chapters. Don't worry about it. So they're gonna cover a lot of it. But this is all just practice of again just saying, look. So you said my mother, his mother, my grandfather, his grand. You know what I mean? You're getting the practice of saying a bunch of different things, right? So this is learning how to describe things and mention things, um, and understand when people are being talked about or mentioned, like in the Quran or the Hadith, right? You will see it a lot. Okay, so huwa again masculine. Huwa tabibun, right? So he is a what's tabib? He's a doctor. Huwa mudarrisun. He's a teacher. Good. Huwa muhandisun. He's an engineer. Good. Huwa talibun. He is a student. Talib. Right? Now we have the feminine. Hiya tabibatun. She is a doctor. Hiya mudarrisatun. She is a teacher. Hiya muhandisatun. She is a engineer. وهي طالبة. She is a student. She is a student. Good job, guys. So this is these pages. There's a page like this in every chapter where it just gives you a bunch of different variations of things that were covered in the chapter, so that you can, as you're learning all of this stuff, you can customize things to say what you want it to say. You can make it, however you want, inshallah. Right? This is very, very, very key, right? To describe things according to what fits you, what fits your situation, what you want to describe, right? So for this, we'll play the audio for this, guys. Repeat along. Okay.
الوحدة الثانية الأسرة الدرس الخامس عشر الأصوات وفهم المسموع. أولا الأصوات. التدريب الأول. استمع وأعد. عمر عمار عليكم عبد الله العباس عمه سعد.
Okay, so here the aswat al-fahm al-masmu', right? This portion of the chapter is the focus, or the emphasis is on correcting your makharij, right? Correcting your pronunciation of particular letters. Here they've chosen ayn and hamza, because in some cases when people are first learning to read, right, a lot of people mistake hamza for ayn, and they make hamza heavy like ayn, or like a throat letter like ayn, when it shouldn't be. Okay, so I'm gonna play the audio again. Okay, we're gonna follow along and repeat after the examples. So they're gonna read this one first, and then they're gonna read this one. So these words are almost the same. The difference is this one starts with ayn, this one starts with hamza, right? So alin, alim, right? Alim coming from the throat, and alim, right? So we'll listen to the audio, and you guys will hear. So make sure that you're making the clear distinction between ayn and and right? Right? And then, so let's play the audio, inshallah.
التدريب الثاني. استمع وأعد.
عليم
عليم
أليم.
عليم
عتت
أتت
أتت.
أتت
عرضها
عرضها
أرضها.
أرضها
عسير
عصير
أسير.
أسير
عتوا
عتو
أتوا.
أتوا
علم
علم
ألم.
ألم
يعمر
يعمر
يأمر.
يأمر
وعد
وعد
وأد.
وأد
يعوده
يعوده
يؤوده.
يعوده
سعل
سعل
سأل.
سأل
تعلمون
تعلمون
تألمون.
تألمون
سعال
سؤال
سؤال.
سؤال
جاع
جاع
جاء.
جاء
أجزع
أجزع
أجزأ.
أجزأ
أجزاع
أجزاع
أجزاء.
أجزاء
إرجاع
إرجاع
إرجاء.
إرجاع
جزع
جزع
جزأ.
جزاء
يقرع
يقرع
يقرأ.
يقرأ. Okay, so you guys see there's a big difference between alim and alim, right? Right? Ya'mur and ya'mur. Ya'mur, right?
I recognize some of this from the Quran. It's part of like the ayah.
Yeah. You'll see as we go, as we learn, there's going to be words that sound similar, but because of a different letter, they have different meanings, right? So you have to be careful in the pronunciation, because if you say, right, like if you said sa'ul su'al, right? But you mean to say su'al. Su'al is a question. This doesn't mean the same thing, right? So if you make the mistake of pronouncing this like ayn, heavy, su'al, right?
What is the meaning of that? The other one.
I don't know. Yeah.
By chance, do you know the all words?
I think most of them are. What if whoever is able to read? I want you guys to send me, and you guys don't have to send it in the group if you're worried about how you sound, right? Read these ayat and send me an audio, guys. Okay, send me an audio. I want to hear you guys. Right. So the nice thing about this book is that it focuses on a little bit of everything. Okay, they focus on a little bit of everything so that you can. Right. So we're learning to speak. We're correcting our pronunciation of letters, and we get a little bit of Qur'an, right? فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا. Right? So if you guys can, send me an audio of this, inshallah. We don't have to do this now. And if you are a little bit shy, you can send it to me personally, inshallah. and that will be sufficient. Okay. So here we're going to move on to this next part right here, right? And I believe there's an audio. Okay, so what? Um, okay, so استمع ثم ضع علامة الصحيح في المربع المناسبة, right? So the audio is going to play, and he's going to say, for example, he's going to say يتوضأ, right? So you're going to say left or right. Which one's يتوضأ? Right? And then number two, for example, they might say bint. Which one's bint? What's a bint? Bint is a daughter, right? So which one's the daughter? Left or right? Right? Okay, and they may say ammu or ammah, right? So the the uncle, or amma, the female aunt. Which one is the ammah? The left, right? So when they say the word, we're going to say left or right. We're going to identify which one it is, left or right. Okay? So we'll listen to the audio, inshallah.
الوحدة الثانية. الأسرة.
الدرس الخامس عشر.
ثانيا، فهم المسموع. التدريب الأول: استمع ثم ضع علامة صحيح في المربع المناسب. 1. يصلي.
left or right?
2.
Left.
ابنة.
Which one?
3.
Which one's the
4.
Right.
جد.
Which one's the jad? Right.
5. مصلى.
Left.
6. عم.
Which one's the left or right? Which one? The left. Uncle, right? If they said amma, then that's the aunt, right? So this is how a lot of those go, right? So they want you to this is you're getting your brain to identify, right? The correct one, inshallah. There's not another audio for this last time, so I'll have to make something up, right? التدريب الثاني: استمع ثم ضع علامة الصحيح في مربع المناسبة. So we'll do the same thing. I'll call out something and you guys say left or right. Okay, left or right. So in your book you would just put a check mark on the one that is correct. So shajara, number 1, shajara, right, the tree. Okay. Number 2, jadda, right, the grandmother. Okay. Okay. Number that would be mine, right? So if we're just saying a grandfather and a grandmother, so jad would be a grandfather, jadda would be a grandmother. Okay. Number 3, yatawadda'u, left or right? Left. Good. Okay. Yaqra'u, number 4. Right, number 4. Okay. Am, number 5. Am, left. The brother, and the ammah, left. Good. Okay. So again, there was not. Yes.
So the city Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, does that have a meaning?
It could. The city in Saudi, Qufur, like the mother of cities, right? So it's possible. I mean, Medina is called Medina, right? The Medina itself means a city, but that's the name of the city, Medina, right?
Yeah.
But we say Madinatun Munawwara, right? The city of light. We put a little bit more on it to distinguish it from just another city, because this is the city of peace. This is the Prophet ﷺ made dua specifically for that city, right? Okay, so we got some time still. Let's go to this next page. استمع ثم عاشر إلى الصورة المناسبة. So I think there's going to be another audio for this, and you are going to point at the correct picture, right? So whatever they mention, you're gonna say it's either alif, or it's ba, or it's jim, or it's dal. Okay. 16. This is still 15. It's not high. Why they finished up the audios? There should be some more audio for this. 16 doesn't have audio. There's yes.
How did you know 16?
Oh, okay, here we go. There was another audio. 16 because the number's right here, right? So look, if you look right here at dars, here, this number is 15, right? So darsu 15, right? So this is, so if we come over here to the audio and we look at dars 15, right? These are all the audios for everything in the pages marked 15. So there was one for that last one. So this is going to be the very last one. So the top of this page, guys, should be this one. Should be this one. Bismillah.
التدريب الثاني. استمع ثم ضع علامة صحيح
No.
في المربع المناسب.
1
هذه شجرة.
شجرة. Okay, we
2
okay.
هذا جد.
So
التدريب الثالث. استمع ثم أشر إلى الصورة المناسبة.
من هذا؟
and هذا.
هذا عمي عادل، هو مدرس.
Which one?
أهلا وسهلا.
أين خديجة؟
خديجة في المصلى، هي تصلي.
Which picture?
أين عمار؟
Good.
عمار في المسجد يقرأ القرآن.
Picture? Yeah, good.
من هذه؟
هذه أمي فاطمة، هي طبيبة.
Which picture? Hamza or Alif. Good. Okay. They don't have there should be an audio for this, but there isn't. Yeah, what's the last one? Okay, so
Maybe this is page 16.
no, because this 15 is going to be for everything in this page. When they start a new number, see this next page here? Here, this is 16 right here. So what we'll do is, okay, what's this? A masjid, right? What's this? A hammam. Good. What would you call this? A jed, a grandfather, right? And this? A tabib, a doctor. And this? An ibna or a bint, right? A daughter, right? What this guy? Muhandis, good. And what's he doing? Yusalli. And what is? He's a talib, right? Good. And this? No, maybe a walida or a amma, right? So either a mother or an aunt, right? What's this? Shajara. This? Surah, good. This? Who remembers? Huh? Mudarrisa. Mudarrisa. When it's feminine, mudarrisa. Okay? What's this? Jim? This is a ghurfa, yeah. They haven't given you what he's doing it here, so we'll keep it simple. He's in a ghurfa, right? This, what do you guys say? This is probably an ukht or a walida, right? And this one looks like older, so she's probably a jadda, right? And what do we see in this picture? Al-usra, right? The family. And what's this guy? He's a mudarris, right? He's a teacher and a muhandis. Okay. We still have just a tiny bit more time. We can do one more exercise. All right. So looks like so here, تبادل السؤال والجواب مع زميلك كما في مثال. Right? So exchange the سؤال, the question, والجواب, the answers, مع زميلك, with your classmate, كما في مثال. Right? So the first one, the question is, so they're pulling from this one on the left right here. Right? أين أحمد? أين أحمد? Right? So أحمد في المسجد يصلي. Right? So here's the question and here's the answer. أحمد في المسجد يصلي. Okay? Ahmed is in the masjid and he is praying. Okay? So here in the next example, we're going to say Aina Fatimatu. Aina Fatimatu. Right? And so we are going to say Fatimatu fil musalla tusalli. Okay? So let's everyone Aina Fatima. فاطمة في المصلى تصلي. فاطمة في المصلى تصلي. Okay? Yes.
Is the fa like heavy here for a reason?
The what?
From Fatima, is it fa or fa?
What do you think?
I would think like there's like a rule making it heavy.
No? Remember, what you hear a lot of the time is people pronouncing things incorrectly. Okay? People say Omar. It's Ama. That's Ain. Okay? People say Aisha. It's Ain. Aisha. Right? People say Ali. It's Ali. Remember we just talked about with this portion right here in correcting the pronunciation? That's what this is all about right here, guys. Okay? People pronounce things incorrectly all the time. But here, I think because the ta is heavy, it's Fatima, right? Right? Fatima. Fatima. Right? I don't think I've ever heard Fatima. But yes, so in some cases when a heavy letter is followed, so ta is a heavy letter, so this kind of changes the sound of the fa to fa. Fatima, Fatima, right? Okay. Aina Badrun? Aina Badr? Everyone? Aina Badr? Badr في البيت. Good. يتودأ. Badr في البيت يتودأ. Badr is in the house making wudu. Okay. أين زينب? أين زينب؟ زينب في الغرفة. في الغرفة تقرأ القرآن. تقرأ القرآن. Okay. Zainab is in the room. في الغرفة تقرأ القرآن. She is reading Quran. And أين عادل? أين عادل? Where is عادل? عادل في المسجد يقرأ القرآن. Right? So again, they're showing you this is a huge emphasis on trying to get you guys to learn the difference. When it's female, it's تقرأ. When it's male, يقرأ. Okay? Don't make that mistake. Okay? Don't make that mistake. Now, if you were speaking to somebody directly, you would say أنت تقرأ القرآن. Okay? You would say تقرأ. Okay? You wouldn't say يقرأ القرآن. If you're speaking to the male, you would say تقرأ القرآن. You're reading Quran, right? But in this case, when the subject is absent and it's female, we say تقرأ القرآن. Yes.
So when you're speaking to someone directly, do you always switch to the female version of the word, or is it only in specific cases?
No. This is just. It's not the female version of the word. This is just how like the language is constructed. Okay, so if you were talking to somebody, you would say أنت تقرأ القرآن. You are reading the Quran, right? But if we're speaking about the a female who is absent, we would say تقرأ القرآن. She's reading Quran, right?
So it's the same.
It's the same, right? But the difference is, and you'll know from the context, you'll know if, like, if you're speaking to someone or someone's speaking to you, right? You know what they mean, right? So they didn't attribute something feminine to you. This is how you would say it if you're speaking directly to a male or another male is speaking to you, right? That's how it would be said, right?
The same for the female? Like if you talk to a female?
No.
So what about for wudu? Like you say, do you say anta yatawadda'u or do you say anta? Like you say, or that's
No. So they introduce this in a different chapter. So if you're speaking directly to a female, you would say anti taqra'ina al-Quran. Taqra'ina, right? So it's a different. You remember this, right, Amar? They introduced this in chapter 3 or chapter 4. I think it's chapter 4, right? We're not worried. We're getting ahead of ourselves, right? Right now we're just there. These are all absent, right? So we're talking about the case of the absent, right? So someone we're speaking about somebody. So in the feminine case, we say taqra'ul Quran. She's reading Quran, and in the masculine case, yaqra'ul Quran. He's reading Quran. Okay, all of this is going to be covered, inshallah, in due time. Okay, so don't worry about that. Maybe I have a quick minute to play the audio for this. Let's see. 16. There's no audio. There's no audio for it. Okay, no worries. Because I think they get ready to call the adhan in like a couple of minutes, right, guys?
yeah, I think it's at 8:20.
Okay, so when we continue, inshallah, we will continue from right here, from the second half of this page, page 43. Looks like page 43, right down here, page 43. Okay, Jazakallah khair for everybody who came, for your efforts, and for everybody who's watching online right now. Any questions? If you have any questions, you guys can always message me, call me. I'm always available to you, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم.